This is the Mistress Carrie Situation Report for March 11th, 2026. Universal Pictures has won the bidding war for a definitive biopic on the formative years of Bon Jovi. The studio that made movies like Straight Outta Compton and 8 Mile has invested in a package that will have the participation of Jon Bon Jovi and access to the band's music library. The film is in pre-production, no word on when it's set to be released. Bleachers have released Dirty Wedding Dress, the latest single from their upcoming album, Everyone for 10 Minutes. The band released the track list and unveiled the first details of a supporting 2026 North American tour. That includes a date in Boston, Massachusetts on June 16th, venue to be announced at a later date. Steve Vai has teamed up with Coca-Cola to deliver a new take on the Van Halen classic Jump, reimagined as an official anthem for the upcoming 2026 FIFA World Cup. Vai will be joined by an eclectic lineup including J Balvin, Amber Mark, and Travis Barker from Blink-182. Steve Vai said, "I never know what's going to come across my desk as an inquiry, but this was a taker." He continued, "And it's very, very modern in its generally lo-fi and half-speedness. I mean, it's not my thing, but I'm also not going to turn down a Steve Vai solo." Bruce Springsteen is going to release a cover of the Pogues' A Rainy Night in Soho as a tribute to the band's late frontman, Shane MacGowan. McGowan's wife, Victoria, said, "Our very good friend Bruce has recorded a beautiful version of A Rainy Night in Soho. It's a stunning tribute to Shane's songwriting, and it's out on Thursday, March 12th. McGowan died in November of 2023. In May of 2024, Bruce Springsteen kicked off a show in Kilkenny, Ireland, with a live rendition of A Rainy Night in Soho as a tribute to the deceased singer. The Eagles' 1975 album, One of These Nights, a milestone for the band, earned them their first Grammy Award and became the first of 4 consecutive #1 albums. Rhino Records is set to release a deluxe edition of the album on May 1st. The deluxe edition will be available in 3 CD Blu-ray sets featuring a new mix of the original album, an unreleased 16-song 1975 concert at Anaheim Stadium, and new Dolby Atmos and high-res stereo mixes. There will also be a 3 LP version as well. George Michael Entertainment has announced plans for a global theatrical release of a new, never-before-seen film titled George Michael: The Faith Tour, set to be released this year in partnership with Mercury Studios and Sony Music Entertainment. Shot at the iconic Palais Omnisports on the European leg of the Faith Tour in 1998, the film captures a turning point that transformed George Michael from a global superstar into a singular, era-defining artist whose influence continues to reverberate across music, fashion, and culture today. George Michael: The Faith Tour film will be released worldwide in theaters later this year. Additional details, including release dates and territories, will be announced soon. Fender is securing the enforceable rights against any guitars using the Stratocaster body shape that are manufactured, sold, or distributed into Germany or other countries in the European Union, calling it a significant legal victory against a Chinese guitar manufacturer, announcing a ruling that it says will establish, quote, broad legal protections for Fender's iconic Stratocaster. Fender announced that it won a court case in the Regional Court of Dusseldorf, which has created enforceable rights against any guitars using the Strat body shape that are manufactured, sold, or distributed, regardless of where those guitars are produced. Fender says this creates a legal precedent that enforces its ability to protect its designs in global commerce. Metallica have responded to the overwhelming demand for tickets for their upcoming Life Burns Faster residency at the Sphere after thousands of fans spent hours in online queues during last week's ticket sales. The band expressed gratitude for the record-breaking interest while acknowledging the frustration that many experienced during the buying process. The band said, quote, "Wow, what a week. We are so appreciative and grateful for all of you for all of the incredible response to our upcoming residency at the Sphere in Las Vegas. We're completely and utterly blown away and cannot believe that we will have 24 amazing nights on stage there, all thanks to you and a record-breaking week." Despite the enormous demand, Metallica also confirmed that no additional shows will be added at this time, though they did leave the door open for future possibilities. The band also acknowledged that the ticket buying experience was far from perfect, saying, "We hear you loud and clear that the ticket buying process was often frustrating and not always smooth. We're working with our partners to improve this experience and offer some remedies for the next time around." Bill Murray's forthcoming collaboration with members of A Day to Remember will be dropping online this Friday, March 13th. A preview of the music video for the track Always Let You Down has been shared online. The song is one of 13 to appear on Bill Murray's forthcoming album, Kinda Hard, set for release on April 10th. Korn vocalist Jonathan Davis has been appointed as the Grand Marshal of this weekend's Pennzoil 400 NASCAR race at the Las Vegas Motor Speedway in Las Vegas, Nevada. The annual race will take place on Sunday, March 15th. Generally, the Grand Marshal delivers the opening command to get the racers ready and partakes in other various promotional activities. Korn are scheduled to co-headline next month's Sick New World alongside System of a Down at the Las Vegas Festival Grounds in Las Vegas on April 25th. In a new interview with The Weekly Show with David Maloney, Joe Satriani once again reflected on being approached to reproduce Eddie Van Halen's guitar parts as part of an all-star Van Halen tribute project with Alex Van Halen and David Lee Roth. Saying, quote, "I kept saying, I'm not the guy, call Nuno Betancourt, he can really do it. After there's thousands of kids around the world who've dedicated their life to sounding exactly like Ed, and I said I've always tried to not sound like Ed. I'm a huge fan, but I've tried to respect that, but they were insistent. And we rehearsed, we really came close to doing our first show, but it all kind of started to fall apart, and I'm not really sure what happened with that. And I was busy as well, so I was just waiting to hear what was happening month by month." Joe Satriani is going out with the Best of All Worlds band on a summer tour with Sammy Hagar and his Van Halen bandmate, Michael Anthony. Kenny Aronoff is scheduled to play drums. And that's your sit rep. For more details on all of the stories, check the links in the show notes of this episode. And don't forget to like, follow, share, comment, and subscribe to the Mistress Carrie Podcast. New full-length episodes come out every Wednesday. Episode 301 featuring Nuno Betancourt from Extreme is available now.